The three 25-year-olds that dominated the last basho, Chio Taikai and Tochiozuma, will have a chance for promotion to Yokozuna if both of them arrive at a playoff at the end. Also, Kotomitsuki has a chance for getting promotion to Ozeki rank. Well, we now see the new Rijicho, that's the head of the Japan Sumo Association, making his welcoming address. Kitanoumi, a great Yokozuna of the past, is now the new head of the sumo. Well, there we see the rankings. To start off with, Yokozuna, Ozeki, Sekiwaki and Wakanosato. Takanohana is out. This is his 5th straight basho when he won't be fighting, which is an all-time record. No other Yokozuna has missed out so many consecutive basho as Takanohana. There we see we go down the Maigashira rankings. These are the foot soldiers, as it were, of the top division. They're beneath what is known as the Joijin, the upper ranking group of Ozeki, Yokozuna, Ozeki, Sekiwaki, and Komusubi. And they go all the way down to Maigashira 15. Well, it's full house on the first day, much to the Sumo Association's relief, although it's usually pretty good in Osaka. Not so good, quite so good in some of the other sumo locations. Now we go to our first bout of day one. It's between Hamanishiki and Takanowaka. These two have never fought before. Takanowaka had to pull out of the last basho on day 3. He broke his ribs, but he came back in towards the end of the basho in order to get a few wins and keep his ranking position. But there we see Takanowaka. Apparently his ribs are much better, beating Hamanishiki. The opening basho of day 1. Opening bout of this day 1 of the basho. Moving on to the next bout, it's Tochisakae, 158 kilos of him, fighting Daizen, almost exactly the same weight, 157. Both wrestlers crash in there, heads not going into the heads, but into each other's shoulders. But Tochisakae there was trying to chase Daizen round the ring, but Daizen eventually got him with a straight push out and oshidashi. First win for Daizen. Next out we have Tamanoshima, formerly known as Tamanonada. He changed his name not so long ago. Seems to have done reasonably well since then. Oh, his last basho was pretty bad. He only had 3 wins. Here fighting Kaiho. They fought 5 times. Tamanoshima's won 4 of them. Tamanoshima there going for the kubinagi round the neck, then goes under Kaiho's arm. Kaiho, though, moving in hard, hustling him to the edge. It's a good bout. There's an inside leg trip there, an uchigake from Kaiho. Didn't quite connect with Tamanoshima. There's another one. That one certainly did connect. Well, they say in sumo, you always do 2 throws or 2 attempts at a throw. You do it once, come out, and then you bang in again. Well, there you see a good example of the second throw coming off. Uchigake win there by Kaiho. Now Miyabiyama fights Tamakasuga. Well, Miyabiyama sat out the last 2 bashos, so let's see how he's going to do this time. Comes out fairly fast into Tamakasuga. Tamakasuga, a good deal lighter than Miyabiyama, some 20 kilos lighter, but fighting back, pushing into the ex-Ozeki wrestler. Now he's at Maigashira 8. Having been injured and sat out a number of tournaments. Well, it's a loose Miyabiyama there, not doing too well, not quite like his old form. Well, it's a messy bout, this one. Tamakasuga's hanging on. Well, Miyabiyama overwhelmed him eventually, but it wasn't easily done. Certainly looks fatter than he was before. He's weighed in at 178 kilos. Which is about 390 pounds. So Miyabiyama there, looking pleased with himself as he goes off the ring. Well, you can see it was a slowish tachi-ai start for Miyabiyama. And then there was a lot of messy arm work, which didn't really lead to anywhere, as you can see. And eventually Miyabiyama settles in on the belt. And then eventually shoves Tamakasuga out over the edge with yorikiri. Next two out, Dejima and Hayateumi. Well, Dejima's once was Ozeki rank. He's had a string of poor results since this spring tournament last year, but that's a fast start for Dejima. So we've been expecting him to come back on form. He was a top-class wrestler before. He won one tournament, and that was a good start. That's a win there for Dejima over Hayateumi. Next, Aminishiki against Otsukasa. These two have fought 6 times previously. Aminishiki's won 4 of them. Well, there's a nice load of slaps there, but didn't do Otsukasa a lot of good. Hamanishiki pushed in hard. As they say, when your face gets slapped, stick your face out to take more slaps. You never back off a slap. And that's exactly what Hamanishiki did. So oshidashi win there for Hamanishiki. It's one of the new judges recently appointed. It's been a big change in the hierarchy of the sumo. Elections come up every 2 years, and all the various posts change at the same time. Next bout, Toki, otherwise known as Fighting Fangs. That's what his name means. Here fighting Tokitsuumi. These two have had 6 head-to-heads previously. Toki's won 5 of them. Toki in the orange mawashi there. Slowish start. He absorbs Tokitsuumi's charge, but didn't quite absorb it enough, because Tokitsuumi just managed to keep him moving backwards, and Toki got pushed out fairly easily. So a bad start for Toki. His last basho only had 6 wins. Tokitsuumi, on the other hand, had 11 wins last time round, so he did rather much better. Now we have veteran Akinoshima, the man who's done just about everything in sumo except win a tournament. He's got 19 prizes. Tournament prizes, and he's got about 16 kimboshis, that's wins over yokozunas, but he's never won a tournament. Well, the referee gave that to Kyokushuzan, but one of the judges has objected. Let's see who steps out first now. Does Kyokushuzan yes, he does. Kyokushuzan's foot goes out first, so he loses fairly clear there. So the judge there saying that Kyokushuzan's foot went out ahead. So that means black mark against the Gyoji, the referee, for calling it wrong. Next out is Kotonowaka from the Sadagatake stable, and he'll be fighting Asashoryu of the Takasago stable. Now, these stables will emerge next spring, so they won't be fighting each other, but as of now they are. So Asashoryu on the right there, the lightweight Mongolian, incredibly fierce fighter, but easily dispatched there by Kotonowaka, who just kept on moving forward, and Asashoryu just seemed to bounce off him. So first win for Kotonowaka and a loss for Asashoryu. Wrestlers prepare themselves in the corner, throw the salt, go through an elaborate series of rituals, and then finally they squat down for the real tachiai. Referee makes various signals. Matanashi says time's up, but that was an early start by Kotomitsuki. Jumped the gun a bit there. These two have fought each other 8 times before. Kotomitsuki's won 5 of those head-to-heads. Now that was a hard head-banging start. Kotomitsuki crushes out, cracks him with a head, gets the right arm, the overarm grip on Tochinonada, and never let him settle down, and shoved him straight out with yorikiri. Kotomitsuki's looking good. His last tournament he had 12 wins. In fact, over the last 3 tournaments he's had 34 wins, which normally would qualify him for promotion Ozeki, but for reasons of their own, the sumo people decided not to promote him. They're a little bit wary of over-promoting or promoting people too quickly after the experiences of Miyabiyama and Dejima. So now Kaio, the Ozeki, man with 3 tournament wins. To his credit so far, fights Kyokutenho. He's beaten 5 times previously. Kyokutenho's never beaten Kaio. Maybe this will be the first time, but let's see. Kaio there looking powerful. 2 arms very deep. Morozashi, that's 2 arms underneath the opponent's arm, right round the back. Very deep hold, and all the while nudging Kyokutenho backwards. And a yorikiri win there. A nudge out, force out win for Kaio. Well, we know he's got a injured lower back, but seems to be okay there. So perhaps he'll do a bit better this tournament than the previous one when he only scored 9 wins. Tochiazuma there, getting ready for his bout. It's the man who won the tournament last time in the playoff against Chiyo Taikai on the very last day. Musoyama, Ozeki, this is his 11th basho as Ozeki. 177 kilos here fighting Tosanoumi, 162 kilos. Similar in some respects, these 2 wrestlers. Big, been around a long time. Both got a lot of tournament prizes. Well, Tosanoumi wins that one. Musoyama bites the dust there from that shoulder scoop throw there, the kata skushi move. Well, Musoyama was coming forward a little bit too hard and fast, I think, and Tosanoumi took advantage of it to spin him over. And the winning wrestler stays in the corner to assist the oncoming wrestler. Well, now we have Buyuzan. This is only his 3rd basho. He got up to the head of the Maegashira groupings in just after 2 bashos. Done rather well. And here fighting Chiyo Taikai. Well, these 2 have never fought before. That was a hard head-banging start, but it was Chiyo Taikai had the advantage. Buyuzan coming back into the game there. Chiyo Taikai banging him back again. There was a nice recovery from Buyuzan there. They smashed into each other at the tachi-ai, but Buyuzan bounced back a bit off that. Then he recovered very quickly and drove Chiyo Taikai almost back and out the ring. And then Chiyo Taikai himself recovered and drove Buyuzan backwards and out with oshidashi. Slightly shaky start there for Chiyo Taikai. Let's watch this one again. So there's that hard start, the heads go in. Buyuzan starts to go back, then he recovers. And Chiyo Taikai starts moving backwards. Manages to recover from that, and then it's a one-way street, backwards and out for Buyuzan. Now we have Tochiazuma. He won his last, won the last basho. If he can win 2 bashos in a row, that should qualify him for promotion Yokozuna, although the rules are vague about the promotion. It's generally reckoned to be 2, but the head of the Yokozuna Deliberation Council, one of these endless committees they have in Japan, has said that if he has a good result and even gets into runner-up position, he'll be considered for promotion. So it's not exactly law here. It's a bit flexible. So here, Tochiazuma against Wakano Sato. Good start. And then Wakano Sato driven back. Once they settle in on the belt, Tochiazuma just drives him back. So a comfortable win there for the new Ozeki, Tochiazuma. And first loss for Wakano Sato. A little bit of prize money for the Ozeki at the end of that bout. The sumo people quite often set up the interesting bouts on day one, like to pull the crowds in, get off to a good start, so they pair off the strong ones as best they can. Now, Wakano Sato is noted for his power. Even so, once they both settle in on the belt, it's not enough to prevent Tochiazuma hustling him out. Once he starts to move, and there's the move, there it goes, and down goes Wakano Sato. Now we have the sole Yokozuna, Musashi Maru. His last tournament, he had to drop out. Only had 1 win and 3 losses, then he dropped out, had a bad wrist apparently. Well, he seems to pace himself, Musashi Maru. He seems not to be too worried about dropping out of a tournament. He knows if given enough time, he can recover. Doesn't feel quite the same compulsion to fight all the time as most of the Japanese have. Here fighting Takanowaka, this is their 53rd encounter in sumo. Both have been around forever almost. So it's an all-time record for these two to fight each other. But Musashi Maru there winning very comfortably indeed. Just dumps Takanowaka out with yorikiri. Let's watch that one again. So Musashi Maru just absorbs the charge. Just keeps moving forward. Gets that big right arm over the belt. And then just starts to drive Takanowaka out. So the end of day one, a few upsets amongst the upper ranking group. There was losses for Musayama, Ozeki Musayama, loss for Sekiwaki Asashoryu. Both Wakano Sato and Takanowaka, the Komasubis, both lost. But stay with us, we'll be back very shortly after the break.